Now, on a Thursday, ready to roll. It's cold.
It's a little chilly.
We got snow coming in Buffalo. We got a huge game tonight in Green Bay. We got a great NFL Week 11 getting set to kick off, and we got bold predictions to start him with. Let's go, Dan Graziano. Give me a bold prediction for Week 11.
Are we not going to talk about black smack? Like, we're just going to let that get said? And not...
Bars.
Anyway,
Spitting bars.
That guy you were talking about, Dak Prescott, throws 3 touchdown passes as the Cowboys rebound from their loss and beat the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, so he thinks Dak bounces back from the whack attack. Bart, give me a bold prediction for Week 11.
Nick Chubb gets it done. If the elements are what we expect them to be, this favors the Cleveland Browns in that ground attack, uglying the game up and making it a 8-10 possession game. You can't stop this guy. He's all traction. Nick Chubb has a big day.
We could have 3 feet of snow in Orchard Park. Ninko, Week 11, give me a bold prediction.
I'm going Jeff Saturday starts his coaching career 2-0. That's right, against the Eagles. Guess what? There's a new sheriff in town. It's Jeff Saturday. He's got this team playing hard. I know they played the Raiders last week, but guess what? They might beat the Eagles. No, you know what? They are going to beat the Eagles.
So says Ninko, the Fighting Saturdays over the 8-1 Birds. All right, it's going to be a terrific Week 11, and it starts tonight. Enormous game at Lambeau Field. Green Bay looking to build on the momentum off of that big win where they snap a 5-game losing streak, beating the Cowboys in overtime as Rodgers threw 3 touchdowns to the rookie Christian Watson. But 62% of the Packers' designed plays were running plays. That's the highest ever with Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback. Question, does that formula work against Tennessee? Answer, no. The Titans rank 2nd in the league stopping the run. They allow just 85 yards per game. They've not allowed 100 rushing yards in a game since week 2. Their pass defense, however, ranks 31st in the league. So, are we looking at another night where Rodgers is yelling at the coach, we need to run it, or do they need to be flinging it down the field to that rookie Christian Watson? Can the Packers use the same formula they used 4 days ago successfully in this game tonight, build on this momentum, and put together a second-half run?
That's the only chance they have. They have to. They have to earn the respect of the bullies. Teams like Tennessee, the Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers of old, some of Nico's Patriots, you have to earn their respect. And to do that, you can't go in there tiptoeing into the cage. You got to go in there screaming like a banshee, like Brian Billy used to say, and pump them right in the face. And it's going to come down to Thunder Thighs and A.J. Dillon and also Aaron Jones. He's going to have to be tough in between the tackles. You got to say, listen, man, go ahead and lather up today because it's going to be one of those days where we're handing you guys both 20 carries. That's the only chance they have. And then when they get the respect, they get that safety in the box. That's when you go to the youngster, Christian Watson, and say, we need you to catch one for us, buddy. Can you run the old Terminator, the old number 1? Go deep.
It worked so well for them the other day, and it's the first time we've seen that offense look like anything you might be scared of. They run it, they loosen it up. Can they do it tonight against your buddy Vrabel?
They can, but they have to take advantage of Tennessee's injuries. So you look at Tennessee on a short week. They won 17-10 against Denver. They're going to travel to Lambeau, again, short week, and then they have a bunch of injuries in the secondary. You just saw the stat line on their pass defense. They're 31st in the league. So if you're Green Bay, what do you want to do? You want to try and set the tone early, run the football, but then also mix in the play-action pass and take those injuries into your advantage. Go ahead and attack those injuries because we all know this. In the secondary, when you got backup corners, backup safeties in, you can attack those weaknesses.
So, Graziano, there is a magic number in this game for the Green Bay Packers. It's not complicated, the number they need to get to, and the number is 24. The Titans have not scored more than 24 points in any game this season. In fact, they've not scored over 21 since the middle of September, and the Packers, when they score 24 points or more, have not lost this year. So that's the question. The vintage Rodgers of old, forget that. We're not getting that with this roster. But can they score 24 points tonight?
They can, and you can get an Aaron Rodgers that can do what Ninko's saying, right? Take advantage of the weak spots in the secondary. There aren't that many guys that are as good as he is at spotting that, right? Like, we need to work this mismatch. So, yeah, the run-heavy game plan from the Cowboy game worked because they were having success with it. They stuck with it, and as we pointed out earlier, it's much more difficult to run on the Titans. So I do expect to see them come out throwing. If the Packers win the coin toss, I would take the ball, right? You want to try and get ahead. Don't give it to Derrick Henry and then be fighting from behind all night. So they have the ability to do it. Christian Watson, the rookie, is the key. He has been a big part of their plans all year. He just hasn't been available to them all year. So if he can play the way he played on Sunday, and if he can stay healthy, and if he can catch the ball when it's thrown to him, he adds so much to the offense because it'll open things up for that run game. It'll open things up for Allen Lazard over the middle, and it will diversify the ways in which they can go after a defense. And you mentioned it, Tennessee is really banged up in this game. It's a tough week to be on a short week if you're the Titans.
Particularly on the road. You know, because last week we're sitting here and Ninko's making signs. They're done.
I might
They've
still
been
make
done.
a sign.
And all of a sudden, they win.
Yeah, this is 1 week. They played well 1 week. We'll see.
That's what I mean. They win one game in overtime in which they're losing by 14 points in the fourth quarter, and here we are. Oh, they can make a run. Oh, they have found the formula. Let's put the picks up on the screen, Cindy. Who here at this table believes that Green Bay can do it? We're split.
Well, variety.
But the wrong side of the table likes Green Bay.
I can't
the players like the Titans.
I can't draw signs it's over and then pick Green Bay the next week. All right, I got to stick to my guns here. I think the Tennessee Titans.
Greeny? Will they have the patience?
What does that mean?
You have to stick to the run. It's not about the yards. It's about the attempts, and it's about trying to wear Tennessee down, where some of those runs may not pop in the first half. But you have two big, strong, powerful backs. You have to stay committed to it, and you have to understand that this is going to be a fight. This can't be some boxing match where you try and out-finesse those guys because they hit you in the face. And then, listen, it's starting to get cold, and it's starting to become that time where you have to pack your defense in your run game and dare people to stay on the train track.
Here's the fear. You do that, and all of a sudden your own defense is on the field all night long. That's a defense that gave up 28 to Dak on Sunday, and it should have been more. Two terrible interceptions. Otherwise, Dallas is going to blow that game open.
But you're helping your defense because you're resting them. You want to limit the carries of Derrick Henry. You don't want those guys. Guys be real brave in the first and second quarter. When it gets to the third quarter, they don't want to tackle them. They're making business decisions. So you got to keep the blows down and his attempts down.
All right, so we'll see. Again, I think it was RC who said if you see both twos coming at you, you got a problem. You just want to see one or the other.
Nico wasn't running from that.
If both teams, what do you think?
I might run. Now, at my old age of 38, yeah, I might run.
He's a pacifist. And I'll pretend I didn't hear you say that 38 is an